Strength. The quality or state of being physically strong. But what does that mean, and how does it apply to the most important thing in the world, gacha games? Just like everything else, bigger number, better person. So to settle this hotly contested debate, I'll be ranking the top 10 Arknights characters based off of the single largest red damage number they can hit. Starting us off, Aurora. That's right, nothing says offensive DPS quite like a 5-star defender who doesn't attack half of the time. As a duelist defender, she has a solid base attack of more than 900, with her second skill taking that to 1900 if you have her module maxed out. Then comes the real kicker. Aurora deals more than triple damage against frozen enemies, and can apply frozen herself, letting her reach just a tiny bit shy of 5900 damage, as a reminder that, despite being cute, polar bears can and will maul you. At number 9, for any of you rare doctors capable of reading, unlike me, you won't be surprised to see a Crusher Guard make it to this list. So naturally, pulling up the tail end of this list through ridiculous raw stats is wind chimes, actually. A unit no one remembers exists unless you specifically like Minos operators or busty women who don't like wearing a bra. What the hell, Hypergriff? A very useful talent, as well as increasing her HP by an insane 5%, also gives a 20% attack bonus when she's above half HP. This wind chimes isn't max pot, so she's missing about 40 attack from talents and a 2% overall damage increase. Her second skill makes her stop attacking to charge up a single powerful hit, with an effective cooldown of a mere 30 seconds. Taking into account the missing potentials, wind chimes just barely makes it past Aurora, reaching almost exactly 6000 damage. Lucky number 8 did indeed need a bit of math from me, because me not having one of the contenders' max potential actually would have changed the positions. Well known for her ridiculous short-range burst and boss killing, we of course have Prudence, one of 2 Arknights characters with multiple canonical stalkers, not counting the Doctor for obvious reasons. With her 900 base attack being taken up to just over 3k from her second skill and maxed out module, Prudence lets us gambling addicts get an easy fix by having a 1 in 5 chance to do a casual double damage. Thankfully, the proc rate for the double damage is massively increased against enemies directly in front of her, making filming this way easier. Draw. Number 7, Jessica the Liberated. Now, my Jessica might only hit a little bit shy of 6k damage with her quick draw from her third skill, but I don't have her max potential, meaning she's missing 28 attack. But South, you ignored wind chimes missing 40. What's up with that? Well, figment of my imagination. That's because Jessica has a base attack of a total of 520, and then just absolutely ridiculous personal modifiers. That 28 extra attack should calculate for a difference of more than 280 extra damage, to 6250. You don't think Prudence was the only heavy shooter sniper on the list, did you? The archetype, well known for ridiculous self-buffs, actually manages to fill in 2 of the top 10 slots. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, number 6 is Melanite. Melanite has very similar base attack to Prudence at about 900, and instead of being RNG, her talent just means every skill activation from the second onwards deals bonus damage. This plays decently well with her second skill, which has a low-ish skill cost and holds charges, as well as dealing 500% of her base attack, peaking at a respectable 6480. As long as the enemy is directly in front of her. To celebrate the halfway point, from here a lot of the hardest hitting operators actually came as a surprise to me. So for number 5, here's a fun fact. You don't actually get a concussion from the first impact of my fist hitting your face. It actually comes from the second impact of your brain hitting your skull. Evidently, number 5 himself, Xiongwei, is a firm believer in this principle. Xiongwei's attacks apply a debuff that make enemies take a very balanced 65% bonus damage from him for a few seconds. If the enemy's affected by this debuff when hit by his second skill, they get hit twice. The first time knocking them airborne, and then the second hit for 6.5 times his attack when they hit the ground. So actually scratch that, number 5 on this list goes to Gravity with 6,971 damage. Here we get into the big guns with the second operator I thought would be number 8. And you might be thinking, South, how are you so bad at math? Look, this one isn't even my fault. While I was filming this video, Fiametta got a second module that increased her damage by more than 600. Fiametta with her S2, which deals 7,364. Like a dumbass, I'd already maxed the other one. At least her second module is good. And at long last, we're hitting the podium. So, the bronze medalist. With amazing in-story feats such as base jumping with no parachute because you don't fuck with that physics shit, and being able to aggressively bleed at people, we have Blaze the Cat. Despite popular belief, Blaze does actually have skills other than her second one. Specifically, her third skill, which is basically what Windchimes wishes she had. Blaze revs her chainsaw, rapidly gaining attack and defense and damaging all enemies in the way, taking a strong third place with 7,685 damage. And no, for once I didn't have to level Blaze's S3 for this. I already had her M6. My goals are simply beyond your understanding. Then we have the silver medalist. For some silly, unrealistic reason, your operators fight better if they trust you. Why do I bring this up? Because somehow one of my friends has our number 2 contestant, Carnelian, at trust 206. It was difficult to get her to hit as hard as possible. Over the course of her skill, her attack gradually increases right up to 3.8 times her normal attack. So there is a chance I missed a tiny bit of the skill charge. 7,960. And of course, that leaves only one. Yeah, it's Conviction, with an incomparable 9,485 damage, more than 1,000 above number 2, boasting a base attack of 1,031, 15% bonus damage to blocked enemies, and an 800% multiplier with their first skill. Is anyone really surprised Conviction took number 1? Doing masteries on Shongwei, having to max out both of Fear Meta's modules, and leveling Ash to level 90 because I can't count and she's number 11, somehow, Conviction's S1 having a 5% proc rate was the most painful thing about this, and it took 20 minutes of footage to get it to proc once. Thank you all so much for 1,000 subscribers. Hope you enjoyed the video. I always feel a bit weird shilling myself, but if you want to see more of stuff like this, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, follow my Twitch, my Twitter, my Grindr, my LinkedIn, my Skype, my Farmers, or join my Discord server and cyberbully me.